Hey guys, Chris and Jamie here from Tillman Family Farms. So this week we're going to continue our homesteading skills video series. So today we're going to talk about trade and barter and the importance of that on a homestead. Hang out with us while we move this group of chickens and we'll talk all about it. All right, so first of all, you said, Chris, what are you doing? Why are you moving chickens? Well, it's just something that we do. It's good for the ground, it's good for the chickens. They get to eat and scratch and do all the cool things that they like to do. So we use our Stark line electric netting to move them all around. We've got this fancy coop on wheels. We shut them up in it at night and then we move it. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna finish getting this netting set up and then we're gonna get to talking about the real stuff at hand. The Great Escape. Last little bit. These guys like to pile out of here like crazy.
Good morning.
How many chickens can you lock up in a trailer at night? Woo. Fun times, fun times. Now they're gonna get out here and they're gonna scratch up and clean up all this area, get all the bugs and everything else and all the good stuff in the ground, and produce us some beautiful eggs to sell to our customers. Sometimes the door gets stuck and she has to go in the crazy way. So trading and selling things as a homesteader, over the years, we have been involved, so 20 years at this point, of finding people that are doing things like we are and trading for things. Like somebody may grow corn and we don't, so we may trade something, or we can work out a deal with them and not spend as much money on it or something along those lines. Facebook groups are really popular for this. I know Jamie's found bottle raised goats and sheeps and cows and all kinds of stuff. People, if you're looking for specific chickens, once we get to that point and get you guys involved in chickens, if you're looking for a specific breed, a lot of times you can find hatching eggs on there, or maybe you get to the point where you're the one with the hatching eggs and maybe you need full grown chickens or you need another breed of chickens or something like that. Being able to find the places where you can find that type of stuff is just a good way to network and find the things that you need to kind of fulfill your wants and wishes on your homestead. Building a network around what you do is not necessarily, if you're just getting into chickens, it's not necessarily just being in a network with people with chickens, okay? It's all sorts of stuff. You would be amazed at the different things that you can find, whether it be tractor implements or garden implements or free fencing or fencing for labor or T-post, anything along those lines that you could use on your farm. These groups, farm trader groups, we do one South Georgia livestock trade or something like that. We have what's the one in our county?
So ours is Harris County, Georgia Farmers. That's one thing I was going to touch base on. First, start sourcing on Facebook, of course, is going to probably be the easiest option, is farm groups within your area. And if you can't find some, pretty much in your county, whatever in your surrounding counties, create one. Create your own group. Yeah. And start getting the community involved.
Right, be the trendsetter.
Because you'd be surprised with the whole network side, even though we did dive into the business aspect of stuff, your local homesteaders or farmers are going to support you also. If you offer something that they don't, they're gonna send people to you, and vice versa. When you get a helping hand, lend a helping hand.
Right.
But,
yeah.
That's one of my biggest things is search for the groups in your area, in your local area, before you go, a little bit more distance out. But if not, create one. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure you've got a neighbor down the road that does something that you have no idea about.
Yeah.
So
even when it comes to canning, looking for jars and stuff like that, I know Jamie's all the time. Even if somebody just posts, hey, this business is having a clearance on flats of jars for canning. So that tells everybody in the community, hey, you can save some money on your homesteading journey if you'll run over to this place and all that kind of stuff. So it's not just trading for goods or trading for stuff like that, trading information,
Yes.
Tips, tricks, anything like that. Kind of like what you see us doing on these videos. You know, we're trying to help other people go down this road, but you can find other places where these things will come into play as well. So guys, there are some dangers to social medias and things like that. So I'll let Jamie talk to you a little bit about something that we went through and how much of an ordeal that was for us.
Yeah. So with any social media platform, some are safer than others, but is paying attention to scammers. It does not take much to click on somebody's profile, dig through their profile. If they do not publicly put, I've got 25 straight run chicks in Hamilton, Georgia, just keep investigating the person. Do not, I don't care who they are, do not send anybody money until you're physically looking at the product with your own eyes in person. We went through, this was 2 years ago now, 3 years ago, whatever. Somebody created multiple profiles, and after lots of investigation and other people in a network that we are in, started doing technology work and found out this was coming from Nigeria, whatever.
Yeah.
They were taking people's money for chickens. They would reach out to this person and figure out what area they were in, and then they would find a local farm in that area and provide the address. We had people showing up at our farm for chickens that they paid for.
Yeah, they were here to pick up birds that they had bought and sent money online through PayPal or whatever it might have been. I mean, I hate it. I mean, we did police reports on it. We did a video to try to make people aware. We posted on social media telling people to beware and all this other stuff.
If it sounds too good to be true,
most of the time
it is.
Yeah.
If they are after you for a deposit of hold, move on, find something else. Don't even waste your time.
Yeah, find somebody reputable that you can go back years and years and years on their social media and maybe even look at some reviews and things like that. If you see a brand new page that their first post was, last month on the 3rd, they're probably not the real
deal. And the key factor on Facebook, if you look at their profile and you see a bunch of angry faces, move on.
Yeah, those are people that have already had the experience and realize that it's fake and stuff like that. So that's a good tip when it comes to buying things on a social media. So beware of that type of stuff. All right, last thing for today. This is going to be a short video. We got a lot of stuff to do, but I did want to get this out. So the next place that you will be able to find a lot of stuff going on in a good network is going to be local auctions. And a lot of people think auctions are about one specific type of thing, but we've got some auctions in our area that they do farm type stuff. I forget what they call that portion of the auction, but I mean
just miscellaneous.
Yeah, miscellaneous type stuff. So you can go and there may be a pallet of T-post. There might be a pallet of tools. There
buckets.
Buckets. Any type of stuff. Horse tack. Gates. There could be all sorts of stuff at an auction like that. And if that stuff's in good shape, you don't have to buy brand new stuff. You don't have to do that. But they do have livestock sections there. I will warn you to be careful a little bit on the livestock auction part of it. Pay very close attention to the animals that are there. And if you buy livestock in an auction, you need to be prepared on your farm to have a place to quarantine those animals in case there is anything wrong with them or they're carrying any kind of parasite disease or anything like that. They would not infect the animals that are currently on your farm. So keep them separated for a week, 2 weeks maybe. Worm them, check them out, make sure everything's good to go with them before you integrate them in with whatever you've got. So those are some pretty good tips to making a network. You'll meet people at those auctions, you'll talk to them, and a lot of times you can make friends with those people and buy things from them outside the auction and maybe even save more money. Sometimes auctions can get a little carried away. If there's a whole bunch of people at an auction, be weary of bidding unless you are just dead set and determined to have whatever everybody's bidding on. But I've seen some really, really crazy instances where You know, a set of hens would go up to $50 a hen. Yeah, there's this crazy egg thing going on, but it's all right. Just take your time and you'll get there. So, you know, there's a lot of things out there, a lot of ways. Feed stores, you can talk to people at feed stores. Flea markets, anything like that, where you might run across like-minded people and talk about the things that you're doing. Talk about it openly, because you may know other people already that are doing some of the same things that really just don't talk about it. You know, I mean, Jamie and I talk about this stuff all the time because we've been doing it for so long. It's part of our everyday, that's what's on our mind all the time. So we have tons of people ask us questions and want us to help them with certain aspects and know about different things. I probably have at least 3 conversations a day at my day job, and there's no telling how many conversations this girl has a day about it. But anyhow, those are some important things to kind of get you started and get you thinking down that road. So next week's video is going to be about livestock and chickens and how to get started in chickens and where you might feel comfortable with chickens. So that's going to be a good one. Stay tuned for that. We appreciate you guys watching. If you don't mind, please go down and like and subscribe. Ring that bell so you'll see all the videos we put out, and we will see you on the next video.